Oh boy, I have no clue what's wrong with me today. So I woke up and I started to like have a nosebleed, and then and then and then my eyes started to like sting a bit. I think because I was like rubbing myself, and I don't know, maybe something got into my eye. And then I went and I went into the bathroom and saw, looked in the mirror, and then what's it? My lips got get like super chapped. That I started become bloody too, right? Oh man. So, oh yeah, I realized maybe I'm dehydrated. Probably that's the most like probable answer, right? Based on my symptoms, right? So, first things first, I actually cleaned my eye out with like some Kleenex and like water, and I cleaned it out, and that got better. So my presumption of me getting something in my eye is probably that. So I fixed that, and then um oh yeah, that reminds me about my like nosebleed. Actually, before when I thought about like doing ponder, I actually had like a point when I wanted to talk about like how my like one day I had a nosebleed, and like the blood came out like so like a crimson red, and I thought to myself, wow, I'm actually human, and like wow, I bled, right? And like it came out like, I don't know, the color was so like red, and then after a while it started to turn like purple, and then it started to dry up, and like it started become crusty, right? But at that moment, I just had like a realization, like, oh wow, I'm actually human. If that makes sense to you guys, I don't know. But and I've like I thought about it, and oh yeah, and just like there's another fight I had like another day too. I wasn't sure if it's nosebleed or not. I think it was another. Yeah, I think it was another nosebleed. So I thought to myself, like, before when I was younger, I was taught from my parents to like knock my head up, and have like the blood flow back into my stomach, right? But then in like grade six or something, not grade six, was it grade six? Grade six, seven, eight, around there, I had a nosebleed, and I would knock my nose up, right? And then I remember my crush telling me that you should knock your head up, or the blood might or the blood might make you like choke on yourself, and you could kill yourself, right? And I never thought about that before, right? Like, and then I started to like just let it out. Even though by habit I still knock it up, but I don't knock it up like always, like all the time, right? Just like the first few like 10 seconds, just to like not get blood all over it, because my bed is like lined with like white. What's it called? A bed coating? A bed lining? Bed line. Either way, like the bottom of it is like it's not the bed sheets, it's the bed cover. Yeah, the bed cover is white, right? So I didn't want it to get like uh get dyed red, right? It's like really hard to clean blood off, right? So I knocked my head off, just to let the initial like blood the blood the blood now why would I even say blood liquid? Just to let the blood fall back in so it doesn't get all over me, right? And then I started to knock back down, you could say, like just like let the blood flow in my nose, right? And that reminds you a lot about stuff that she said before. Huh. But either way, like another day I thought like scientifically, oh yeah, maybe it does make sense in a way, not as like sometimes you're told to do something, but you don't really think about like the reason why. I mean, I knew the reason why, but not to another extent of it, like another level to it, right? So what's that other detail is that I thought about it, and like blood, the reason like when you cut yourself and blood come out is because it there's it's not a reason, because it's like your system has like a protective layer to it, right? It makes a scar, right? You scar up from like the blood clot from like oh shoot, I forgot the name of it. I forgot the scientific term for it. It's not white blood cells. It's like uh, something, I don't know. The clots. Wait, no, it is blood, isn't it? No, there was another certain component to blood. It like yeah, there's like another component. Even though blood do help, help clot it, cause it turns to like really like, even though it helps like power up, like if you get a cut, like your blood's power up, right? But the reason it starts hardening is because of oxidization of it too, right? The oxidization of like the air, right? So when I thought about like actually how to stop a nosebleed, I I started to like breathe, right? I started to breathe more instead of just like holding it there and not breathing and using my mouth to breathe, right? I decided to breathe with my nose, even though I have a nosebleed, because it actually helps heal. Like, it doesn't help heal. It helps the clotting process, right? It helps fasten it a bit. So I decided to do that, and it makes sense, right? It does make sense. Like, it does help like clot faster, so it stop the bleeding, and that's what I learned from me like logically thinking about it. And I feel like I lost like 60 milliliters today, because after I had like the first initial nosebleed, I got another one after it. I feel like I'm super dehydrated. But like in the meanwhile, I did drink some water, right? But that didn't help either. I guess the air is kind of dry, so maybe I need like a mist machine, like those Asian mist machines that humidify. A humidifier, yeah. That just humidifies the air. I guess it does help with like a lot of things. Like it does somewhat take like pathogens and viruses. Cause if you like put water in the air, what is it, bounces into the viruses, and then it makes it heavy and fall down to the ground. Basically, that's the concept of it. But I don't know if like if like, is it that small enough that you can actually? I guess it has some effect, but not like crazy. And plus, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like a side effect of, not side effect, like a downside of having like a mist machine is like, it might start get moldy in the cracks, right? Don't you think so? If you don't clean up, like if you're like at like if you have like a wooden house, right, and it gets into like certain cracks, doesn't it get moldy, or doesn't it like rot like the wood? Yeah, probably, right. If you like use it like a lot, right? Yeah. But I feel like it would help with my nosebleed, cause it'll like cover my nose so it's not so dry and easily to like get a nosebleed. Actually, why do we have a nosebleed anyways? Like out of like every other organ, like your nose is like so sensitive, right? And then I thought, yeah, cause your nose is actually a sensitive organ. That's why it's a sensitive organ, right? If you think about it, the hairs in your nose, they like the way how you smell stuff is like, let's say you pooped, right? Little poop particles get into your nose, and then your nose registers it and sends a signal to your brain, and then your brain registers it, and then it tells you that you smell poop. And then based on that, I don't know, maybe a backlog of like generations of knowledge, you can know if it's bad or good, right? It's like smelling food, to be honest. Like you smell the food, and if it stinks, you don't eat it. Like if you like try to smell like a milk carton, you can smell it a bit, like, and then you can judge like kind of if it's good or not. And plus that your memory updates over time too, right? If you eat something, if you eat something and you throw up, it actually like registers in your mind, and then the next time you smell it, you don't feel as you don't feel like you want to eat it anymore, right? It's like it's just like a like certain prolonged period. It's not permanent, but it's like for like a prolonged period. So yeah, like and like another time I actually thought about this again, like dialogically. Like the way you crave like a food, right? I feel like I just go like try to help my body as much as possible, right? Like sometimes what it says doesn't work out for other people, but for me, when my body has like a really like bad symptom, it's like showing me signs. It's like basically a parent trying to tell me to do something, right? My body's like a parent trying to tell me to do something about it, right? At least I don't know. At least for me, right? When I get a headache, usually is when I don't haven't eaten a lot, or I'm like starving. I get a headache instead of a stomach ache. I don't know why. It's different for me. I get like headache. So usually when I get a headache, I would eat stuff. I just look for something to eat it and see if it will help it. If it doesn't and it still continue on, it usually gets to the point of a fever, right? And then I realize, oh, a fever. It's trying to fight off a sickness or a virus. So when I get like a fever, I don't. I should. You actually, some scientists say that you should like exercise when you have a fever, but I don't really don't. I can't. I don't feel like it, right? So I'll be in bed, right? And I'll try to like cover myself as much as possible, like heat myself out as much as like possible, like I know like there's like super high fevers, but my fever is somewhat manageable, at least for me, and I feel like I'll manage with the heat. So I cover my body with blankets to help like my body fight the virus, because viruses hate heat, right? Or at least your system's trying to burn out the virus from your system. And then like what else do my body usually tells me what to do? Um yeah, I'm drinking right now actually. But I actually told myself to drink, right? Um oh yeah. When my body craves a food, I just listen to it. There's a difference between like your mind craving a food and your body craving a food. I don't know how to describe it. I just have a feeling that I know when my mind, when I want to crave a food, or when my body wants to crave a food. And when my body tells me to crave and want to eat it, I usually eat it because I feel like my body's like trying to tell me I have a deficiency in like a certain like vitamin or something. Like if I'm trying, like if I like I don't know, it just automatically pops up. Like I'm not looking to eat something, it just automatically pops in my mind. Like oh yeah, whenever like I was craving like I was having like a minor headache, and I was in my brain just came up. Yeah, I wanted to eat some oranges, and then I ate some oranges, and then it was fine. I don't know. I don't know if I'm like making this up, or it's actually how my body reacts. I'm not too sure. um, or like maybe like you crave cereal or something, right? Maybe you're looking for iron or something. Or like, when I said like orange, I'm looking for vitamin C, right? Oh yeah, usually my mind gets groggy if I don't like take a shower. It gets like groggy and I think of like all like the bad stuff. Like I get negative thoughts. So once I get a shower, I just feel like fresh. You get like that fresh feeling, right? And I don't know why. I love it when I take a shower. I love like that afterglow of it. Like when your body's like heated because I'm like super skinny, right? So when I have like, I wish my body had like that temperature, like always at that temperature. It's like kind of warm, but you're getting cooled by the evaporation of like the water, kind of. So you get like warmness, but also like you are cooling down at the same time. I wish that was like always happening, right? I feel like I'll be a bit warm because like my external extremities always like cold, right? My hands and my feet always gets pretty cold. Oh yeah, and that made me think of something actually. Yesterday, I feel like I explained the meaning of it like super wrong, or like I didn't explain it the way I wanted to explain it. It's like I had the meaning in my head out, right? But I didn't construct the words to convey that meaning in my head. So maybe I'll try explaining it here now. So really, what I want like equinauts to mean is like you are an explorer of like the knowledge that was like passed down through time, right? The echoes that the greats like passed down over generation and generation. You explore of that too, right? But you could also be like the one that to pass down to other like generations after you, right? Because this is not a mission like I could say this is not like this mission is not it won't end like in my lifetime, right? I really want it to be passed down from the next generation to the next. Like this is like a journey of like humanity, you could say. I really want it to be a gift to humanity, to be honest. That's what I really want it to be. So even if I die and I try to like pass down like I know I'll try whatever to do to pass down to the next generation. I can help them, and then after that they can pass it on to the next. That's basically my goal for this website, yeah. And part of the goal is I really want it to be, like I said before, like a book of knowledge, right? Of like I'm trying to like collect all the knowledge of like humanity, even though I know like you can it's like really hard to collect as much, right? That's why it's past a lifelong mission of me or goal. It's way past it because there's always new knowledge, right? But at least for the objective knowledge, like the one of like the ones that are really like objective, I'll try to like explore them and try to like condense it into like word form. I can actually do visual too and auditory. You can think of it as like an echo too, right? Because you're creating vibrations and you're actually passing down your echo of the things that you say, right? Because right now I'm talking right now, and the vibrations from my vocal cords is going into the mic, and then the mic is recording it into the computer, right? Or at least you can say the mic is a sensory organ, and then you record it into data through the computer, and then that data is sent to whoever is listening to this, and then your speakers replicate that data as good as possible, and then it travels through the air, it comes back to your ear, and then your ear registers that like sound, and then it tries to put sense into your mind, so you can actually say this is an echo right now, right? Because right now in the present of me recording this, I'm saying this, but I'm echoing this of what I'm saying throughout time, right? Because you could be listening to this, I don't know, an hour from here, or maybe 10 days from here, or maybe a year, or maybe 100 years, 1,000, maybe. I don't think it'll reach a million, to be honest. That'd be insane. That'd be really insane. But yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. I want it to be. So hopefully you get my message. Or we say Did you get my message? Did it reach you? Ah, yes. This is... Oh no, I'm bleeding again. Oh jeez, my nose is bleeding again. What is happening to me today? Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I gotta take care of this. What's happening? Okay guys, this is me for today. I'm bleeding out right now. This has been Potter, and this is me for today.